Introduction. Life is a series of interconnected moments, forming each individual's unique narrative. Within this complexity, habits and routines emerge as guiding threads, shaping our daily experiences and directly influencing the trajectory we follow. In this book, we will explore in depth the profound and often underestimated importance of habits and routines in daily life, with a specific focus on how these elements can be transformative in improving performance at work and studies. The invisible dance of habits. Imagine life as a dance, a subtle choreography that unfolds over days, weeks, and years. Habits are the steps of this dance, repeated many times until they become automatic, almost imperceptible. Likewise, routines are the music that gives rhythm to this dance, a daily symphony that creates a pattern for our activities. Our habits and routines are not just mechanical behaviors, they are the foundation upon which we build our lives. From the simple act of waking up early to complex career choices, every aspect of our lives is influenced by the intricate web of habits we form over time. Just as a well-choreographed dance appears fluid and natural, our habits often operate behind the scenes, guiding our actions almost unconsciously. Habits and the structure of life. Habits are not just isolated behaviors, they are the building blocks of the structure of daily life. They provide a sense of order and predictability in an often chaotic world. Imagine trying to navigate life without the comforting familiarity of established habits. Each decision would be a crossroads, each step an unknown journey. Habits provide a solid foundation, a foundation upon which we can build our aspirations and goals. Routines, in turn, are like the pillars that support this structure. They offer an organized sequence of activities that guide our day, providing stability and consistency. If habits are the bricks that make up the walls of our lives, routines are the skeleton that gives shape to this structure. The silent influence on results. What makes habits and routines even more remarkable is their subtle influence on the results we achieve. We often underestimate the cumulative impact of small actions repeated over time. However, it is these small daily choices that shape the course of our lives. Consider, for example, the habit of waking up early and setting aside time for reflection or exercise. This seemingly simple practice not only sets a positive tone for the day, but also creates a mindset conducive to success. Likewise, consistency and dedication to studies or performance at work is often shaped by established daily patterns. The cycle of habits and routines. When we look closer, we realize that habits and routines form an interconnected cycle. Habits influence routines, and routines, in turn, shape and reinforce habits. This cycle can be a powerful ally in the search for a more productive and satisfying life. For example, by consciously introducing the habit of reviewing goals daily, we can create a morning routine that sets the direction for the day. This routine, in turn, strengthens the habit of setting goals and creates an upward spiral of self-discipline and focus. The journey to personal success. At the heart of this book is the fundamental belief that by understanding and shaping our habits and routines, we can embark on a more meaningful journey toward personal success. Whether achieving professional or academic goals, transformation begins at the most fundamental level, the way we live our days. Over the next few pages, we'll explore practical strategies for identifying, modifying, and strengthening habits and routines. Let's unravel the mysteries behind the formation of lasting habits and discover how to create routines that boost performance at work and studies. I invite you to embark on this journey of self-discovery and growth. Let's explore together the invisible dance of habits and the music that gives rhythm to our daily lives. Get ready to transform your habits, shape your routines, and ultimately, embark on the path to personal success. The power of habits. Exploring the roots of behavior. The human mind is a complex tapestry of behaviors, and habits play a crucial role in how that tapestry is woven. In this chapter, we will delve into the depths of how habits work, seeking to understand how they shape and, sometimes, even define our daily behavior. The neurobiology of habits. Habits are more than just behaviors. They have deep roots in the neurobiology of the human brain. When we perform an action repeatedly, the brain creates neural connections that make that action more efficient, allowing it to occur almost automatically. This brain plasticity is the basis by which habits are established and strengthened. The brain's amygdala, a region associated with emotions, plays a fundamental role in this process. It records the emotions linked to a habit, whether positive or negative, thus reinforcing the association between the behavior and the emotional response. Habit cycle, trigger, routine, reward. To understand the dynamics of habits, it is crucial to analyze the cycle that surrounds them. This cycle, outlined by Charles Duhigg, consists of three parts: the trigger, the routine, and the reward. Kitten. It is the stimulus that triggers the habit. It could be a specific event, an emotion, or even a time of day. Routine. It is the habitual action itself, the execution of the habit in response to the trigger. Reward. It is the gratification that the brain receives after completing the routine. This reward strengthens the association between the trigger and the routine. By understanding the cycle, we gain the ability to consciously intervene in our habits, modifying specific components to create healthier and more productive patterns. The gear of positive habits. Positive habits are like rays of sunshine illuminating the mind and positively influencing behavior. They not only increase daily efficiency, but also contribute to personal and professional development. Example: imagine the habit of practicing gratitude every morning. This simple act not only creates a positive mindset, but also reprograms the brain to focus on the good things in life, promoting a more optimistic and resilient outlook. Deconstructing negative habits. On the other hand, negative habits are like a dark fog that obscures our vision, making progress difficult. Identifying, understanding, and deconstructing these habits are essential steps towards significant transformation. Example: the habit of procrastinating can be broken down into specific triggers, such as fear of failure or lack of clarity about the next step. By facing these triggers and adjusting our routine, we can break the cycle of procrastination. The deep psychology of habits. Understanding habits is not just limited to the surface of observable behavior. The depth psychology of habits involves exploring the underlying motivations, beliefs, and values that drive our actions. Example: the habit of working late may be driven by a deep-rooted belief that success requires extreme sacrifices. By uncovering this belief, we can rebuild a more balanced work habit, aligned with a healthy vision of success. Habits and performance at work. In a professional context, habits play a vital role in determining success. Habits such as organization, effective communication, and proactive problem-solving can transform the dynamics in the workplace. Example: the habit of setting weekly goals and reviewing them regularly can create a more focused and productive work environment. The upward spiral of habits in academic performance. Likewise, in the academic sphere, habits have a substantial impact. Consistency in studies, the ability to concentrate, and effective time management are skills that can be developed through the formation of habits. Example: the habit of dividing study time into manageable blocks, with regular breaks to maintain focus and energy, can lead to a notable improvement in academic performance. Habits in mental health and well-being. In addition to professional and academic spheres, habits also play a crucial role in mental health and emotional well-being. Habits such as practicing meditation, creative expression, and seeking social support can contribute significantly to an emotionally balanced life. Example: the habit of recording thoughts and emotions can be a powerful tool for promoting self-reflection and emotional understanding. The construction of identity through habits. Ultimately, habits contribute to the construction of our identity. Each habit forms a piece of the puzzle that makes up who we are. By consciously shaping our habits, we are carving the narrative of our own lives. Example: the habit of learning something new regularly not only contributes to personal development, but also reinforces a person's identity as someone who values continuous learning. Neuroplasticity and the capacity for change. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and change over time, is the key to transformation. Regardless of habits being ingrained for years, the capacity for change is always present. Example: By gradually introducing small changes to daily habits, such as waking up 15 minutes earlier to meditate, we can activate neuroplasticity and begin to shape new neural pathways. Chapter Conclusion. As we wrap up our exploration of the power of habits, it becomes clear that they are more than just behavioral patterns. They are the substance of which our lives are formed, the paths that define our journey. In the next chapters, we will dive deeper into habit transformation, uncovering practical strategies for identifying, adjusting, and strengthening these patterns, setting the stage for a life of success and fulfillment. Identifying current habits. The journey of self-awareness. On our journey of transformation, self-awareness is the beacon that lights the way. This chapter is dedicated to an in-depth exploration of the current habits that shape our lives. Through practical exercises and conscious reflections, we invite readers to take an honest look at their habits, uncovering the roots that sustain their daily routines. The need for self-assessment. Before we can build new habits, we must fully understand existing ones. Self-assessment is the key to this understanding. We often move through life automatically, without questioning our ingrained habits. This chapter invites readers to take a reflective pause, inviting them to question, analyze, and understand their daily practices. Exercise 1. The Habit Diary. A practical starting point for identifying habits is to keep a journal. For a week, record every activity, big or small, that fills your day. At the end of the week, review your diary and classify each activity as positive, negative, or neutral. This exercise will give you tangible insight into the patterns that permeate your life. Exercise 2. The Impact Matrix. We developed a matrix to assess the impact of habits in key areas of life, especially work and studies. Create 4 quadrants: positive and impactful, negative and impactful, positive but not impactful, and negative and not impactful. Place each identified habit in the matrix, reflecting on how these habits affect your performance at work and studies. The depth of influence. By evaluating our current habits, we discover that their influence extends beyond obvious behavior. They shape our attitudes, our mindset, and even the quality of interactions we have with others. Example: if the habit of constantly checking your phone while working is identified, this is not just superficial behavior. It may indicate a difficulty maintaining focus, a constant search for instant gratification, or even an underlying desire to avoid challenging tasks. Emotional roots of habits. Deepening our exploration, it is vital to understand the emotional roots that underpin our habits. Habits often have roots in emotional responses to specific triggers. Identifying these triggers is essential to modifying habits effectively. Example: if the habit of procrastinating is identified, ask yourself, what is the underlying emotion when I am faced with a challenging task? It could be anxiety, fear of failure, or even a lack of confidence. This emotional awareness is a crucial step towards habit modification. The habit cycle in practice. Referring again to the habit loop, this chapter encourages readers to take a closer look at the triggers, routines, and rewards associated with each identified habit. Understanding the cycle is essential for effectively modifying habits. Example: if the habit of procrastinating is analyzed, identify the trigger that leads to this routine. It could be a lack of clarity about where to start a task. Then, explore alternatives to the routine, such as breaking the task into smaller steps and identifying a reward that reinforces this new behavior, such as a break after completing each step. The habit goal connection. By evaluating habits in light of specific goals, readers can discern which habits move them closer to or further from their goals. This analysis creates a more conscious alignment between habits and aspirations. Example: if the goal is to improve academic performance, identify habits related to study and time management. Evaluate how these habits contribute to or hinder the achievement of that goal. Collective habits and environment. In addition to analyzing individual habits, consider the impact of collective habits and the environment. Our habits are often influenced by the context around us. Example: if the habit of eating unhealthy foods is identified, consider the food environment around you. The constant presence of unhealthy snacks can be a significant trigger. Reflection on performance at work and studies. The last part of this chapter is an in-depth reflection on how these identified habits impact performance at work and studies. This step is crucial for recognizing the direct connections between daily habits and long-term achievements. Example: if the habit of postponing tasks is identified, reflect on how this affects deadlines at work or delivery of academic projects. Recognizing the real impact of these habits motivates change. The path to transformation. By the end of this chapter, readers have not only identified their current habits, but also laid the foundation for transformation. The self-awareness generated by reflective analysis and practice provides a solid starting point for building habits that are more aligned with goals and aspirations. In subsequent chapters, we will explore practical strategies for modifying and strengthening these habits, setting us on a journey of success and fulfillment. Setting clear goals. The journey to high performance. In the process of personal transformation, goals are beacons that guide us towards achievement and success. This chapter focuses on the importance of setting clear and specific goals to improve performance at work and studies. Let's explore the art of transforming abstract aspirations into tangible goals, with practical examples that make this process accessible in everyday life. The importance of setting goals. Goals are like compasses that guide our daily actions. They provide direction, purpose, and a clear path to growth. Without specific goals, our efforts can become scattered, resulting in a feeling of stagnation. The art of turning aspirations into goals. Aspirations can be grand and inspiring, but to make them achievable, we need to turn them into specific goals. If the desire is to improve performance at work and studies, it is necessary to break this aspiration into measurable and achievable goals. Example: aspiration: I want to be more productive at work and achieve better academic results. Objective: increase work productivity by 20% in the next 3 months and achieve a grade 9 average in academic subjects. The psychology of goals. The psychology of goals is fascinating because it reveals how goal setting affects our motivation and performance. Specific goals provide clarity that triggers action, while vague objectives can result in procrastination and a lack of direction. Example: imagine having the generic goal of getting better at work. This may not provide the guidance you need. In contrast, setting a specific goal, such as complete 2 important projects this month with exceptional quality, provides clear direction. SMART, the framework for effective goals. The SMART framework is a valuable tool for setting effective goals. This approach suggests that goals should be specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Let's apply this structure to the goals of improving performance at work and studies. Specific. Specific goals are clear and direct. They answer the questions: what, why, how, and when. Example: specific objective for the work: conduct 3 monthly team meetings to improve communication and align projects. Specific objective for studies: establish a study plan of 2 hours a day for subject X. Measurable. Measurable goals are quantifiable. They allow objective assessment of progress. Example: measurable objective for work: increase production by 15% by the end of the quarter. Measurable objective for studies: achieve an average of 90% in monthly assessments. Attainable. Attainable goals are challenging but realistic. They take into account available resources and individual capabilities. Example: attainable objective for work: complete a professional development course to improve necessary skills. Attainable objective for studies: participate in tutoring sessions to overcome specific challenges in subject Y. Relevant. Relevant goals are aligned with general objectives and contribute to personal or professional growth. Example: relevant objective for the job: implement a new strategy that improves team efficiency. Relevant objective for studies: participate in study groups to strengthen understanding of key topics. Time, duration. Temporal goals have defined deadlines, which adds a sense of urgency and responsibility. Example: temporal objective for work: finish project report by the end of the month. Temporal objective for studies: complete review of material before final exam. The balance between ambition and realism. While it's important to dream big, goals need to be achievable. Setting very ambitious goals without considering reality can result in demotivation and frustration. Example, setting a goal like triple my productivity in 1 week can be overly ambitious and unrealistic, leading to feelings of defeat if it's not achieved. Reflection exercise, evaluating personal goals. We invite readers to undertake a reflection exercise to evaluate their own personal goals. List 3 goals you have to improve your performance at work or studies. Apply the SMART framework to each of these objectives. Reflect on how these goals contribute to your personal and professional growth. The positive influence of goals on performance. Studies indicate that setting specific goals is associated with a significant improvement in performance. The clarity provided by well-defined goals inspires action and creates a sense of purpose. Example, imagine a student who sets a specific goal of obtaining an average of 85% at the end of the semester. This goal provides a clear direction for your daily studies, encouraging you to try harder. Short, medium, and long-term goals. Diversifying goals across different timeframes is an effective strategy for maintaining a balance between immediate gratification and long-term goals. Example, short-term goal for work, complete relevant online training this month. Short-term goal for studies, improve class participation over the next week. Medium-term goal for work, develop leadership skills in 6 months. Medium-term goal for studies, achieve an average of 85% by the end of the next semester. Long-term goal for work, achieve a promotion within 2 years. Long-term goal for studies, complete graduation with honors in 3 years. Adapting objectives to context. Life is dynamic, and goals need to be flexible to adapt to changing circumstances. Reevaluating and adjusting goals as needed is a wise practice. Example, if a professional faces company restructuring, it may be necessary to adjust short-term goals to align with new expectations and priorities. Chapter conclusion. By setting clear, specific, and achievable goals, readers are paving the way for high performance at work and studies. Applying the SMART framework provides a practical and effective approach to transforming aspirations into tangible achievements. In the next chapter, we'll explore strategies for integrating these goals into your daily routine, turning them into solid habits that will drive continued success. Creating efficient routines. The positive habits and well-being foundation. In this chapter, we'll dive into building effective routines that support positive habits. A well-structured routine not only makes it easier to perform daily tasks, but also creates an environment conducive to developing and maintaining healthy habits. We will explore practical strategies for incorporating breaks and moments of relaxation, essential for a healthy balance in everyday life. The symphony of routines and habits. Just as an orchestra harmonizes to create a beautiful melody, our routines play a vital role in the symphony of habits. By aligning efficient routines with specific goals and habits, we can create a seamless flow that boosts productivity and well-being. Strategies for developing efficient routines. Start with clear priorities. Identify the most important tasks and activities for the day. Example, before starting work, list the 3 main tasks that need to be completed. Set consistent hours. Establish regular times for main activities. Example, reserve the mornings for tasks that require greater concentration and the afternoons for more administrative activities. Group similar tasks. Concentrate similar tasks to optimize time and energy. Example, group emails and meetings into specific blocks, avoiding constant interruptions. Incorporate strategic breaks. Introduce short breaks between activities to recharge. Example, take a 5-minute break every hour to stretch your legs and breathe deeply. Prioritize self-knowledge. Know your energy peaks and periods of greatest creativity. Example, perform demanding tasks during your periods of high energy and reserve lighter activities for times of lower vitality. Flexibility for changes. Be open to adjusting your routines as needed. Example, if a meeting is unexpectedly canceled, use that time to move on to other tasks. Celebrate daily achievements. Recognize and celebrate small victories throughout the day. Example, at the end of the day, review what was accomplished and recognize your effort. The importance of breaks and moments of relaxation. Recharging energy. Short breaks provide an energy boost, reducing mental fatigue. Example, take 10 minutes for a short walk or a quick meditation session after an intensive task. Stimulating creativity. Moments of relaxation can trigger insights and creative solutions. Example, dedicate time to activities that stimulate your creativity, such as drawing or listening to music. Managing stress. Regular breaks are essential to avoid the accumulation of stress. Example, practice deep breathing techniques for short breaks to calm your mind. Improving focus and productivity. Strategic breaks maintain focus and productivity throughout the day. Example, use the Pomodoro technique, working for 25 minutes and then taking a 5-minute break. Promoting general well-being. Moments of relaxation contribute to emotional balance and well-being. Example, make time for hobbies that bring you joy, like reading a book or playing a sport. Incorporating routines for well-being. Positive morning routine. Start the day with activities that promote well-being. Example, exercise, meditation, or inspirational reading. Mindful meal routine. Dedicate time to meals without distractions, focusing on food. Example, avoid eating in front of the computer. Enjoy your meals with full attention. Digital disconnection routine. Establish a routine to disconnect before bed. Example, turn off electronic devices at least an hour before bed. Relaxing night routine. End the day with activities that induce relaxation. Example, yoga practice, light reading, or a hot bath. The power of micro-routines. Micro-routines are small rituals incorporated throughout the day to create moments of calm and focus. Example, morning micro-routine. Take 5 minutes to set positive intentions for the day. Micro-routine after meetings. Dedicate 2 minutes to deep breathing to compose yourself. Case study, integrating efficient routines and positive habits. Let's explore a practical case of how one professional incorporated effective routines to support positive habits. Scenario: Joao, an overworked professional, wanted to improve his productivity and incorporate healthy habits. Strategies adopted. Setting daily priorities. Joao started each day by identifying the 3 most important tasks. Strategic breaks. Introduced 5-minute breaks between tasks to avoid mental fatigue. Morning routine. Established a morning routine consisting of exercise, meditation, and reviewing goals. Digital nighttime disconnection. Implemented the practice of turning off electronic devices 1 hour before bed. Results: Joao reported greater mental clarity and productivity throughout the day. Positive habits like exercise and meditation have become an integral part of your daily routine. Chapter conclusion. By creating effective routines that incorporate breaks and relaxation time, readers are building the foundation for positive habits and a balanced lifestyle. Mindfully integrating these daily practices not only increases effectiveness in daily activities, but also contributes to mental and emotional well-being. In the next chapter, we will explore specific strategies for strengthening and consolidating these routines, ensuring their long-term consistency. Overcoming obstacles. Navigating challenges on the journey of habits. On the journey of transforming habits, we inevitably face obstacles that can test our resilience and determination. This chapter is dedicated to identifying and addressing common challenges in changing habits, offering practical tips for maintaining motivation during difficult times. Let's explore effective strategies to overcome obstacles and continue moving towards established goals. Identifying common challenges. Lack of consistency. Difficulty maintaining consistency when practicing new habits. Example: starting an exercise program but losing motivation after a few weeks. Procrastination. Postpone carrying out important tasks. Example: postponing the start of a work or study project. Lack of motivation. Feeling unmotivated or uninterested in established goals. Example: losing enthusiasm for studying after an initial period of excitement. Constant distractions. Being easily distracted by external stimuli. Example: receiving constant notifications from electronic devices while working. Excessive self-indulgence. Frequently giving into behaviors that are detrimental to goals. Example, consuming unhealthy foods regularly, despite aiming for a balanced diet. Appointment overload. Feeling overwhelmed by responsibilities and tasks. Example, having a schedule so full that there is no time for self-care habits. Strategies for overcoming obstacles. Goal deconstruction. Break big goals into smaller, more manageable steps. Example, instead of trying to read an entire book in a week, set a goal to read 1 chapter a day. Establishing gradual habits. Introduce progressive changes to facilitate adaptation. Example, if the goal is to exercise, start with short sessions and gradually increase the intensity. Identification of triggers and obstacles. Recognize situations that trigger unwanted behaviors. Example, if stress is a trigger for bad eating habits, find healthy alternatives to deal with stress. Creating a favorable environment. Modify the environment to make it easier to practice desired habits. Example, keep study books in sight to encourage regular reading. Using visual reminders. Place visual reminders in strategic locations to reinforce goals. Example, post goals written on your bathroom mirror or computer screen. Strategic rewards. Celebrate achievements with rewards that reinforce positive habits. Example, after reaching a work goal, set aside time for a pleasurable activity. Adjusting expectations. Be realistic when setting expectations to avoid disappointment. Example, if the goal is to learn a new language, understand that progress can be gradual and requires consistent effort. Dealing with lack of consistency. Scenario. Maria began an exercise program enthusiastically, but after a few weeks, her consistency declined. Approach. Identification of the challenge, recognizing the difficulty in maintaining a regular exercise routine. Goal deconstruction. Instead of trying to exercise every day, Maria adjusted her goal to 3 times a week. Incorporating flexibility, Maria has accepted that there are busier weeks and has adapted her exercise routine accordingly. Results: Maria found a more realistic balance, allowing her to maintain a consistent practice over time. Tackling procrastination. Scenario. Carlos often put off starting important projects at work. Approach. Trigger analysis. Identified procrastination as a response to feeling overwhelmed. Task deconstruction. Divided complex projects into smaller, more accessible tasks. Establishment of internal deadlines. Created personal deadlines for each stage, avoiding accumulation of work. Results: Carlos was able to overcome procrastination by creating a more manageable approach to his responsibilities. Combating lack of motivation. Scenario. Anna lost her initial enthusiasm for her academic goals. Approach. Goal reassessment. Anna reflected on her goals and made adjustments to make them more aligned with her interests. Incorporating variety. Introduced varied elements into your study routine to avoid monotony. Rewards creation. Established rewards for academic milestones achieved. Results: by reviving her interest and making the journey more stimulating, Anna regained her motivation for her studies. Chapter conclusion. Overcoming obstacles on the journey of changing habits is inevitable, but it is how we respond to these challenges that determines our success. Identifying personalized strategies to address lack of consistency, procrastination, lack of motivation, and other obstacles is essential to maintaining momentum toward a more productive and healthier life. In the next chapter, we will explore the consolidation of habits, transforming temporary achievements into lasting changes. Habits to improve studying. Developing a lifelong learning mindset. In this chapter, we'll dive into effective study techniques and explore strategies for integrating lifelong learning into your daily routine. Constantly improving knowledge is essential for personal and professional growth, and building solid study habits is the key to maximizing intellectual potential. Effective study techniques. Concept mapping. Use diagrams to visualize the relationship between concepts. Example: create concept maps to organize complex information. Active review. It involves the regular practice of recalling information without consulting materials. Example: Ask yourself questions about what you learned and try to answer without looking at your notes. Active reading. It involves active interaction with reading material, such as taking notes and highlighting key points. Example, make marginal notes as you read to summarize important ideas. Problem-based learning. Addresses specific problems or challenges to promote the practical application of knowledge. Example, solve practical problems related to the subject studied. Teaching to learn. Explaining concepts to others reinforces understanding. Example, teach the material to a classmate. Use of mnemonics. Acronyms or mnemonic phrases help you remember information. Example, to remember the order of the planets in the solar system. My grandma lives together serving grapes on her plate. Variety of features. Use different learning sources, such as books, videos, podcasts, etc. Example, watch educational videos related to the topic studied. Study spacing. Distribute the study over time to reinforce retention. Example, instead of studying for several hours at a time, divide the time over the week. Intermittent practice. Intersperse studying different topics to improve retention. Example, study mathematics for a period, then switch to history before returning to mathematics. Reflection exercises. Regularly reflect on what was learned and how to apply that knowledge. Example, at the end of each week, write a summary of what you learned and identify areas that need more attention. Integrating continuous learning into the daily routine. Set educational goals. Set specific goals for what you want to learn. Example, learn a new language could become study 30 minutes of vocabulary every day. Create a distinctive study space. Dedicate a specific place to study, free from distractions. Example, set aside a table or quiet corner as your study space. Establish a regular schedule. Designate a consistent time for daily study. Example, every evening, set aside an hour for reading and reviewing educational materials. Integrate learning into your morning routine. Take advantage of the morning moments to read articles, watch educational videos, or practice learning exercises. Example, dedicate the first 20 minutes of the morning to reviewing flashcards or reading an educational summary. Use learning technology. Explore apps and online platforms to expand your learning options. Example, use language apps or online courses to complement your studies. Participate in study groups. Join study groups to interact with other learners and exchange knowledge. Example, organize weekly study sessions with peers who share similar educational interests. Keep a learning journal. Record your progress, reflections, and new insights. Example, at the end of each week, write about your most significant discoveries and how they relate to your educational goals. Explore diverse topics. Cultivate a generalized learning mindset by exploring a variety of subjects. Example, dedicate specific periods to learning about science, history, art, among others. Participate in educational events. Attend lectures, workshops, and educational events to broaden your understanding. Example, set aside one day a month to attend a local or online educational event. Reward yourself for educational achievements. Celebrate learning milestones with meaningful rewards. Example, after completing a course, set aside time to enjoy an activity you enjoy. Case study, integrating continuous learning into routine. Scenario, Mariana, a busy professional, wanted to improve her technical skills. Strategies adopted. Setting clear goals. Set specific goals for learning new programming languages. Integration of study into the morning routine. Use the early hours of the morning to practice coding. Use of learning technology. Used online platforms and applications to access courses and practical challenges. Participation in online communities. Joined online forums and groups to exchange experiences and obtain support. Maintaining a learning journal. Record progress, challenges, and insights in a dedicated journal. Results. Mariana saw a significant advance in her programming skills, earning small certifications over time. Continuous learning has become a vital part of her routine, contributing to her professional development. Chapter Conclusion. Developing solid study habits and integrating ongoing learning into your daily routine is a valuable investment in intellectual growth. By applying effective study techniques and incorporating consistent learning practices, readers will be setting the stage for continued development and a mind that is permanently open to evolution. In the next chapter, we'll cover the importance of balance and self-compassion when pursuing ambitious goals. Habits to improve professional performance. Achieving productivity and balance. In this chapter, we'll explore strategies for increasing productivity at work and finding a healthy work-life balance. Developing habits that promote effective professional performance is essential for achieving professional goals while maintaining balanced well-being. Strategies to increase productivity at work. Setting daily goals. Set specific goals for each day, focusing on the most important tasks. Example, before starting your day, list 3 crucial goals to accomplish. Task prioritization. Identify and focus on the highest priority tasks. Example, use the Eisenhower matrix to classify tasks based on urgency and importance. Pomodoro technique. Work for set periods, e.g. 25 minutes, with short breaks in between. Example, set a timer to work intensely for 25 minutes, followed by a 5-minute break. Effective email management. Set specific times to check and respond to emails. Example, answer emails in the morning and afternoon, avoiding constant interruptions. Task delegation. Delegate tasks when possible to focus on more strategic responsibilities. Example, identify tasks that can be assigned to teammates to streamline workflow. Workspace organization. Maintain an organized work environment to facilitate concentration. Example, set aside a few minutes at the end of each day to organize documents and clean your desk. Setting time limits. Set time limits for meetings and tasks to avoid meeting deadlines. Example, schedule meetings with a specific duration and avoid prolonging them unnecessarily. Automation of repetitive tasks. Use automation tools to simplify routine tasks. Example, set up automatic responses to common email questions. Continuous professional learning. Set aside time regularly to develop professional skills. Example, dedicate 30 minutes a day to reading relevant articles or participating in online courses. Regular feedback. Request and provide regular feedback to continually improve performance. Example, schedule quarterly feedback meetings with teammates. Finding work-life balance. Setting limits. Establish clear boundaries between work and personal life. Example, avoid responding to emails after office hours unless strictly necessary. Personal time scheduling. Set aside periods in your calendar for personal and leisure activities. Example, mark personal appointments on your calendar, treating them with the same importance as work meetings. Digital disconnection. Establish periods of digital disconnection for mental rest. Example, turn off work notifications during personal time and weekends. Mindfulness practice. Incorporate mindfulness practices to reduce stress and improve focus. Example, dedicate a few minutes a day to meditation or mindfulness. Weekend without work. Set aside at least one day on the weekend for rest and personal activities. Example, avoid work or project commitments on Saturday or Sunday. Transparent communication. Clearly communicate availability limits to colleagues and superiors. Example, inform staff about your working hours and after-hours availability. Delegation of responsibilities at home. Distribute household chores to share responsibilities. Example, create a household chores schedule that involves all family members. Quality time with the family. Set aside quality time to spend with your family. Example, plan regular family activities such as dinners or weekend outings. Time off and vacations. Take regular time off and use your vacation to recharge. Example, plan a week of vacation every 6 months to completely disconnect from work. Regular balance assessment. Conduct regular reviews to ensure a healthy work-life balance. Example, every quarter, review how you are balancing your professional and personal responsibilities. Case study, integrating productivity and balance. Scenario, Pedro, an ambitious professional, sought to improve his productivity without compromising his personal balance. Strategies adopted. Setting daily goals. Set specific goals for each day, prioritizing important tasks. Setting limits. Established clear limits to avoid responding to emails outside of work hours. Personal time scheduling. Reserved periods in the calendar for personal and leisure activities. Digital disconnection. Implemented regular periods of digital disconnection for mental rest. Results. Pedro experienced a significant increase in productivity at work while maintaining a healthy balance between his professional and personal responsibilities. Consistently practicing these habits resulted in greater satisfaction and well-being. Chapter conclusion. The search for efficiency at work should not compromise the balance between professional and personal life. This chapter highlights practical strategies for increasing productivity at work while promoting a balanced, healthy lifestyle. By implementing these habits, readers will be building a solid foundation to achieve professional success without sacrificing their quality of life. In the next chapter, we will address the importance of resilience and adaptation in the face of inevitable changes in life. Mindfulness and self-knowledge. Cultivating mindfulness to transform habits. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of mindfulness in forming habits and how self-knowledge is fundamental to personal transformation. Understanding our behavior patterns is crucial to creating healthier and more productive habits. The importance of mindfulness in habit formation. Present moment awareness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment without getting carried away by past or future worries. Example, when eating, focus completely on the sensations, flavors, and aromas of the food. Non-judgmental observation. Practice mindfulness without judgment, accepting thoughts and emotions without criticizing. Example, observe your thoughts during meditation without labeling them as good or bad. Autopilot reduction. Mindfulness breaks the autopilot cycle, bringing awareness to daily actions. Example, when driving, be aware of your surroundings, emotions, and actions rather than going into automatic mode. Reaction control. Develop the ability to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. Example, before reacting to a stressful situation, take a deep breath and evaluate your emotions. Focus on breathing. Breathing is often used as an anchor to bring attention back to the present. Example, practice conscious breathing for a few minutes to calm your mind. Acceptance of impermanence. Recognize that everything is impermanent, including emotions and thoughts. Example, understand that negative feelings will pass and are not permanent. Discovering behavior patterns. Daily self-reflection. Set aside time daily to reflect on actions, reactions, and decisions. Example, before bed, think about the day's interactions and how you felt in different situations. Self-knowledge diary. Keep a journal to record significant thoughts, emotions, and events. Example, write down recurring patterns and insights into your behavior. External feedback. Seek constructive feedback from friends, family, or colleagues. Example, ask people close to you about behavioral characteristics they observe in you. Conscious observation practice. Consciously observe your behavior without judgment during social interactions. Example, be aware of your emotional reactions and response patterns in specific situations. Analysis of challenging moments. Reflect on how you react in challenging moments and how you could respond more effectively. Example, after a challenge at work, analyze how you handled the situation and identify areas for improvement. Understanding motivations. Explore your motivations behind certain behaviors and decisions. Example, ask yourself why certain tasks are procrastinated or avoided. Integrating mindfulness into daily habits. Daily meditation practice. Set aside a few minutes every day to meditate, focusing on your breathing or a point of attention. Example, dedicate 10 minutes in the morning to meditate before starting your day. Stopping moments. Integrate moments of stopping throughout the day to reconnect with yourself. Example, take a 2-minute break between meetings to take a deep breath and refocus. Mindfulness in everyday activities. Practice mindfulness when performing daily tasks such as eating, bathing, or walking. Example, when walking, be aware of the movement of your feet and the sensation of the ground beneath them. Conscious memories. Place visual reminders in strategic locations to remind you to practice mindfulness. Example, a sticker on your computer with the word mindfulness on it can serve as a regular reminder. Active listening practice. When interacting with others, be present and listen carefully. Example, focus on the interlocutor's speech without formulating answers while he is still speaking. Case study, transformation through mindfulness. Scenario, Maria, an overworked professional, was looking for emotional balance and greater mental clarity. Strategies adopted. Daily meditation. Incorporate 10 minutes of meditation upon waking up every morning. Self-knowledge diary. Started keeping a diary to record thoughts and emotions. Mindful stops. Integrate mindful pauses throughout the day to breathe deeply. Mindful observation. Practiced conscious observation of your reactions in challenging situations. Results. Maria experienced a significant transformation in her emotional balance. Mindfulness has become a valuable tool for managing stress and improving your ability to respond to everyday situations. Chapter conclusion. Mindfulness and self-knowledge are key elements in personal transformation and the formation of more conscious habits. By cultivating the ability to be present in the moment and understand our own behavior patterns, we pave the way for positive change. In the next chapter, we will explore resilience and the ability to adapt to the challenges that life inevitably presents. Maintenance and continuous growth. The art of sustaining habits and seeking personal improvement. In this chapter, we will address the crucial phase of maintaining habits over time and encourage the constant search for personal improvement. Continuity of habits is essential for continued growth, and understanding maintenance strategies is vital to ensure that the progress made is not lost. How to maintain habits over time. Gradual consistency. Introduce changes gradually to allow for easier adaptation. Example, increase the time you devote to meditation by 5 minutes each week rather than making drastic changes. Adjustments as necessary. Be open to adjusting habits as needed to adapt to life changes. Example, if a morning routine no longer works, adapt it to fit new circumstances. Sustainable rewards. Ensure that rewards associated with habits are sustainable and continue to motivate. Example, if the initial reward loses its appeal, find an alternative that maintains motivation. Ritualization of habits. Turn habits into rituals incorporated into your daily routine. Example, make exercise part of a consistent morning sequence to make it automatic. Regular assessment. Take regular progress checks and adjust habits as needed. Example, each month, analyze the impact of your habits and make adjustments to continually improve. Goal sharing. Share your goals and progress with friends or family to create accountability. Example, maintain an accountability partner to exchange updates and support. Celebration of small victories. Recognize and celebrate the small victories along the way. Example, when you reach a goal, take time to celebrate in a meaningful way. Remembering the benefits. Remember the positive benefits associated with habits to reinforce motivation. Example, regularly write down the perceived benefits of habits in a journal. Encouraging the constant search for personal improvement. Establishing new challenges. After establishing solid habits, seek new challenges to promote personal growth. Example, if you've mastered daily meditation, challenge yourself to participate in a more advanced guided meditation session. Continuous learning. Maintain a learning mindset, constantly seeking to expand knowledge and skills. Example, sign up for courses, workshops, or readings that expand your understanding in areas of interest. Networking and connections. Cultivate professional and personal relationships to create learning opportunities. Example, attend local or online events to connect with people who share similar interests. Developing new habits. Explore introducing new habits that complement existing ones. Example, if you already have an exercise routine, add regular reading to your schedule. Mentoring and guidance. Seek mentors or advisors who can offer valuable advice for your development. Example, establish a mentor-mentee relationship for professional guidance. Constructive feedback. Be open to constructive feedback from colleagues, friends, or mentors to identify areas for improvement. Example: ask for feedback regularly and use it as a tool to adjust your practices. Exploring new perspectives. Be willing to explore different points of view and approaches to expand your worldview. Example: read books by authors with different perspectives than yours. Participation in communities of interest. Join communities or groups that share your interests to exchange experiences. Example: participate in online forums or in-person group meetings related to your hobbies. Case study: support and personal growth. Scenario: Carlos, a rising professional, sought to maintain his healthy habits while continuing to grow professionally. Strategies adopted. Gradual consistency. Introduce changes gradually, adapting to the demands of the job. Establishing new challenges. After stabilizing habits, he defined more ambitious goals to promote growth. Continuous learning. Signed up for online courses to improve professional skills. Constructive feedback. Seek regular feedback from colleagues and superiors to adjust performance. Results: Carlos managed to maintain healthy habits throughout his professional advancement, combining the support of positive practices with the constant search for personal growth. Chapter conclusion. Maintaining habits over time requires continuous effort and effective strategies. Furthermore, encouraging the constant search for personal improvement is essential for continuous and meaningful development. By integrating these practices, readers will be prepared to face life's challenges with resilience and continue on the path of personal growth. In the final chapter, we will consolidate the main points covered and offer final guidance for a successful journey of habit transformation and personal improvement. Conclusion. Consolidating personal transformation and the path to positive change. As we come to the conclusion of this self-help book focused on habit and routine, it is crucial to recap the main points covered throughout the chapters. The journey of personal transformation is a significant undertaking, and it is essential that readers remember the insights and strategies that will guide them in implementing positive changes in their lives. Key points recap. The importance of habits and routines in daily life. Habits and routines play a fundamental role in shaping our daily behavior. Building positive habits is crucial to improving performance at work and studies. The power of habits. Habits have the power to shape our behavior consistently over time. Highlight the difference between positive and negative habits. Identifying current habits. Reflection and evaluation of current habits are essential steps towards transformation. Practical exercises were presented to help readers identify behavioral patterns. Setting clear goals. Specific goals are essential to direct the change of habits. The importance of realistic and achievable goals was highlighted. Creating efficient routines. Practical strategies for developing routines that support positive habits were discussed. Inclusion of breaks and moments of relaxation to balance the daily routine. Overcoming obstacles. Identifying and addressing common challenges in changing habits were explored. Tips for maintaining motivation during difficult times were presented. Habits to improve studying. Effective study techniques were discussed, encouraging continuous learning. Practical examples, such as keeping a learning diary, were presented. Habits to improve professional performance. Strategies for increasing productivity at work and finding balance were highlighted. A case study illustrated the successful application of these strategies. Mindfulness and self-knowledge. The importance of mindfulness in habit formation was discussed. Strategies for discovering one's own behavior patterns were presented. Maintenance and continuous growth. Strategies for maintaining habits over time have been outlined. Encouragement of the constant search for personal improvement to promote continuous growth. Final encouragement and challenge to readers. As we reach the end of this book, it is vital that readers not only absorb the insights shared, but also feel empowered to take action. Personal transformation requires commitment and practical action. Here are some final challenges and words of encouragement. Commitment to change. Consciously commit to implementing the positive changes you identified while reading. Write down your goals and read them regularly as a constant reminder of your commitment. Persistence in the journey. Recognize that change takes time and that persistence is key. Be prepared to overcome obstacles and stay focused on the vision of a healthier, more balanced life. Celebration of achievements. Celebrate each small achievement along the way. As you reach intermediate goals, take a moment to reflect and recognize your progress. Continuous adaptation. Be open to adapting and adjusting your strategies as needed. Life is dynamic, and your approaches may need to evolve to keep up with changing circumstances. Experience sharing. Consider sharing your transformation journey with friends, family, or online communities. By sharing your experience, you not only strengthen your commitment, but also inspire others to seek positive changes in their lives. Continuous learning. Maintain a continuous learning mindset. Constantly seek new knowledge and be open to new perspectives that enrich your journey of personal transformation. By taking on this challenge, readers are committing not only to personal improvement, but also to creating a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Remember, the journey is as valuable as the end goal, and each step towards positive change is an achievement in itself. Gratitude for the path traveled. Before closing, I express my gratitude for reading this book. The journey of personal transformation is a unique path for each individual, and it is an honor to share tools and insights that may be useful on this journey. I wish all readers success in their journeys of habit and routine, and that each step leads them to a fuller and more fulfilled life. The quest for self-transformation is an ongoing journey, and the ability to consciously shape our lives is always within our reach. With each positive choice, you are carving the path to a future more aligned with your goals and values. Move forward with confidence, persistence, and the conviction that every step counts. May this work serve as a source of inspiration and practical guide for all readers in their search for a more meaningful and balanced life. The power of transformation is in your hands, and the journey continues with each new awakening.